Greetings, greetings. Just want to send this message. But this message is to somebody that you're tired of falling short. You're tired of things not going your way. But I just want to encourage you and let you know that there's a time, there's a season, and there's a harvest for everything that God does. There's God has set everything in time. And so you got to begin to trust what God is doing, although you don't understand. Begin to trust God, because the reason why things didn't work out the way they were supposed on you, the way you wanted it to, that means that God has something else planned. He probably blocked it. There was something that God seen that you didn't see. And a lot of times we like to get mad and we like to say, okay, well, things didn't go my way. I'm tired of falling short. But guess what? When you fall short, that's when you begin to rejoice. You begin to give praise, because that's a sign. If you're still moving, even though you fall short, you still moving. That's a sign that God is still with you. That's a sign that you still got strength to move forward. So regardless of how short you fall, regardless of what's not working out on your behalf, know that He said all things are working together for your good. Not some, but all things. So when you fall short, rejoice. You're tired of sitting in shortcomings, you still rejoice on behalf of that. Because that's still a sign that God's getting ready to move. That's a still sign that God's getting ready to manifest on your behalf. Because God is doing something way more for you than what the enemy is doing against you. But begin to give God praise. Begin to give God thanks for what He's about to do in this season and the next. Things might not be going your way, but begin to trust God and say, God, you know what? You already told me that I'll reap what I sow, and that you're going to move, and that you told me that everything is working together for my good. So just trust and know, regardless of the shortcomings, regardless of things not going your way, know that God's still going to move on your behalf. Because a lot of times when things don't happen, we get depressed. We get discouraged. We wonder why. We start questioning God. But what you never do is you never question God in the middle of a purpose. You have your purpose. God has everything set in motion, what He's going to do for you. God knows everything beforehand. So begin to give Him praise regardless of how you feel, regardless of the pressure, regardless of anxiety and depression. Know that God's going to deliver for you, and know that God's doing everything on time. He's the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. So He's the same God in your situation. Don't you know God can deliver? Don't you know God can move on your situation? So begin to keep knocking on that door until it becomes open. Keep seeking God until He comes to you. Seek Him in the midst of your trials. Seek Him in the midst of your shortcomings. But begin to praise God in the midst of it. Because a lot of times we don't realize what God is doing, but when it's all said and done, you're going to see a glory be revealed. You're going to see God's word show up in the midst and speak to you and let you know that this is not the time, that it's not your time yet, that you're going to reap if you faint not. That you just begin to seek God in your situation. I promise He's going to show up and show out. So don't be discouraged. Know that there's a time for everything. And what it is, we get discouraged when God doesn't move when we want Him to move. But guess what? You can't rush God in a situation. But I promise you, if you just wait up on God, what did He say in His word? That you should mount up like eagles, and that He's going to renew your strength. If you just wait upon God, I promise He's going to move for you. So expect God, expect greater revelation, expect the manifestation. When you begin to wait on God and begin to call on Him in the midst of your shortcomings and you falling short. We all fall short. But guess what? A righteous man falls 7 times, but he gets back up. With resurrection power, can't nothing keep us down. Can't nothing be defeated. Because we are children of God. And know that children of God, we overcome the world. He says that those that are born of God overcometh the world. So remain in the spirit. Don't think about what your flesh is doing. Don't get discouraged. Don't count your fallings. Go ahead and count your blessings. Go ahead and count your miracles, because God is getting ready to do it. So begin to thank God for that closed door. Begin to thank Him for your open door. Begin to thank Him for your setbacks. And when you begin to do that, there's a manifestation. There's a glory waiting. But are you going to praise God, or are you going to give up? Don't ever give up. Don't ever back down. Regardless of what the enemy set before you, know that God's going to do far more greater than what the enemy is doing for you. As a matter of fact, the enemy can't do nothing against you. He can only do something for you. So expect the enemy to bring a blessing. Expect for God to move on your behalf today, and know what you're going through. The battle is not yours, it belongs to the Lord. But be blessed and remember this and receive it. That God's going to do it for you. Don't get discouraged. Things might have not have went your way this time. But guess what? God has something in store for you. Just begin to wait and begin to seek him. And I promise you, he's going to show up and show out. Be blessed and be encouraged.